I worked here for 5 years. I worked here for 5 years. Hope the weather will be nice this weekend. Hope the weather will be nice this weekend. You should not smoke in this restaurant. You should not smoke in this restaurant. Is there any milk in the fridge? Is there any milk in the fridge? His friend was a playwright. His friend was a playwright. Is it incalculable? Is it incalculable? If you want to finish the task, you must start immediately. If you want to finish the task, you must start immediately. Was his wife a surgeon? Was his wife a surgeon? He wrote a novel in his spare time. He wrote a novel in his spare time. This is a short story. This is a short story. I want you to be careful. I want you to be careful. This is beyond the power of human endurance. This is beyond the power of human endurance. Thanks everyone for their support. Thanks everyone for their support. Weekly streamer? Weekly streamer? Let me explain. Let me explain. We have to go now, right? We have to go now, right? Didn't they add? Didn't they add? Did you retire last year? Did you retire last year? If you don't wear a coat, you'll catch a cold. If you don't wear a coat, you'll catch a cold. Going to parties is fun. Going to parties is fun. The fire in the forest got out of control. The fire in the forest got out of control. Did he send it at 5 the night before? Did he send it at 5 the night before? Should you move often? Should you move often? Doesn't he manage? Doesn't he manage? I'm going to the dentist. I'm going to the dentist. We are looking for before. We are looking for before. Every month you won't know. Every month you won't know. Fixing a leaky faucet. Fixing a leaky faucet. The band of musicians performed together. The band of musicians performed together. I smell poop. I smell poop. Are our cousins receptionists? Are our cousins receptionists? The park will be closed for maintenance. The park will be closed for maintenance. Football is more popular than basketball. Football is more popular than basketball. How about trying this cocktail before you leave? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? There are no cars in the parking lot. There are no cars in the parking lot. By the time he returns, I will have cleaned the whole house. By the time he returns, I will have cleaned the whole house. He is teaching a class. He is teaching a class. I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. I am very lucky. I am very lucky. They had their car serviced at the mechanic. They had their car serviced at the mechanic. We never consultant? We never consultant? You will receive your promotion next month. You will receive your promotion next month. We're going to a concert on Friday night. We're going to a concert on Friday night. It's raining heavily outside. It's raining heavily outside. They are not normally filmmakers. They are not normally filmmakers. The post office is on the left side of the street. The post office is on the left side of the street. Don't you row at night? Don't you row at night? I say. She caught herself staring at him. She caught herself staring at him. He can speak more than one language. He can speak more than one language. Developer 3 is not late in the morning. Developer 3 is not late in the morning. Should I then become a midnight fabricator? Should I then become a midnight fabricator? He didn't say. He didn't say. He said to me, I want to learn English. He said to me, "I want to learn English." We were watching a movie in the cinema. We were watching a movie in the cinema. Weren't we fit last year? Weren't we fit last year? The international community is interested in promoting peace and security. The international community is interested in promoting peace and security. Weren't they often surgeons? Weren't they often surgeons? Can you give me some advice? Can you give me some advice? Doesn't it design after 3 seconds? Doesn't it design after 3 seconds? Do you want to go shopping for clothes? Do you want to go shopping for clothes? The document has been edited for errors. The document has been edited for errors. They do not play musical instruments. They do not play musical instruments. If there is no chance of rain, I will go out. If there is no chance of rain, I will go out. Continuous learning is necessary for personal development. Continuous learning is necessary for personal development. It wasn't strong. It wasn't strong. He has to finish his project before the deadline. He has to finish his project before the deadline. She is your daughter and she loves you. She is your daughter and she loves you. Was your stepdaughter a midwife? Was your stepdaughter a midwife? Although the book is long, it is gripping. Although the book is long, it is gripping. His aunt was a chemist. His aunt was a chemist. Please guide me. Please guide me. I'm in the room with the window. I'm in the room with the window. Can I finish 4 days ago? Can I finish 4 days ago? Can't wait for later? Can't wait for later? He was saving money for the holidays. But then his car broke down and he had to use the money for repairs. He was saving money for the holidays. But then his car broke down and he had to use the money for repairs. My car broke down this morning. My car broke down this morning. I can attack later at 5 p.m. at midnight. I can attack later at 5 p.m. at midnight. They must become archaeologists immediately. They must become archaeologists immediately. I've already seen the sunset. I've already seen the sunset. I'm sorry you didn't win. I'm sorry you didn't win. Won't it hurt? Won't it hurt? I will be working on my new project next week. I will be working on my new project next week. If I were a famous actress, I would act in blockbuster movies. If I were a famous actress, I would act in blockbuster movies. He will have learned to surf next summer. He will have learned to surf next summer. Definitely. Definitely. You said. Someone in this room has committed a crime. Someone in this room has committed a crime. The dog chased its tail. The dog chased its tail. Who has a bike in the garage? Who has a bike in the garage? What brought you today? What brought you today? We're going to the movies tonight. We're going to the movies tonight. Why did you cancel your plans? He asked. Why did you cancel your plans? He asked. Until the very end, we are dedicated to completing the project. Until the very end, we are dedicated to completing the project. Rarely can you repeat? Rarely can you repeat? If it's snowing, I won't go out. If it's snowing, I won't go out. Updates on team structure changes. Updates on team structure changes. The book is in front of my eyes. The book is in front of my eyes. Wasn't he fit every day? Wasn't he fit every day? Your aunt is an insurance company. Your aunt is an insurance company. We may not be able to save last year. We may not be able to save last year. Armchair. Armchair. I shouldn't say 1 second later. I shouldn't say 1 second later. They speak English fluently. They speak English fluently. Hairdresser after 4 weekends? Hairdresser after 4 weekends? She carefully followed the recipe, so the cake turned out delicious. She carefully followed the recipe, so the cake turned out delicious. John was asleep when I got home. John was asleep when I got home. Your neighbor is the auditor. Your neighbor is the auditor. She has to call her friend and cancel her plans. She has to call her friend and cancel her plans. The problem was fixed by the technician. The problem was fixed by the technician. Term. Term. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Should we reduce? Should we reduce? We wouldn't refuse every day. We wouldn't refuse every day. I can meet my friends for lunch. I can meet my friends for lunch. Do you know? People come here to work with you. Okay. Do you know? People come here to work with you. Okay. I am taking a shower. I am taking a shower. I would like to live in a world where people are kind to each other. I would like to live in a world where people are kind to each other. Were their cousins decorators? Were their cousins decorators? He finished reading the last part of the book. He finished reading the last part of the book.